Once teammates, now rivals, Justin Jefferson versus Jamar Chase. The most electrifying receivers in the league since Jerry Rice and Randy Moss. We're talking about two receivers at the top of their game, but only one can be the best. Today we evaluate who is the true number one receiver in the NFL, and settle the debate once and for all. I want to preface this is merely my opinion, so let me know your thoughts in the comments. Today, we will break down their performance across 5 categories: production, versatility, defensive response, quarterback play, and durability. We will evaluate each player for all 5 categories to determine who has the upper hand and deserves the throne. Now, I am a Minnesota Vikings fan, so I will try to remain unbiased and impartial throughout. But like this video if you are a Vikings fan, and let me know in the comments how you feel about JJ McCarthy this year. So buckle up, ladies and gents, this is going to get juicy. First, we look at production and stats. These two are putting up video game numbers. Jefferson was drafted by the Vikings with the 22nd overall pick in the 2020 NFL Draft. He has been a game changer since he got in the league, breaking records left and right. His first record was for most receiving yards by a rookie with 1,400 yards in 2020. His second record was in 2025 for most receiving yards in his first 5 seasons. Jefferson has posted 7,432 receiving yards on 495 receptions, with 40 touchdowns leading the NFL. Jamar Chase exploded onto the scene when he was drafted by the Bengals, 5th overall in 2021. Reunited with his college quarterback, Joe Burrow, this duo picked up right where they left off at LSU, torching defenses with ease. Chase broke Jefferson's rookie record in 2021 with 1,455 yards on 81 receptions with 13 touchdowns. Jamar Chase won the Triple Crown this last season with an astonishing 1,708 yards and 17 touchdowns. In total, Chase has posted 5,425 yards on 395 catches with 46 touchdowns over the 4 seasons he has been in the NFL. These numbers aren't just good, that's Hall of Fame-worthy production from both players. As you can see, Chase is a touchdown monster and Jefferson is the volume king. And to account for Jefferson's extra year in the league, we are going to take the average stats per season for each player. Jefferson averages 1,486 yards on 146 receptions and 8 touchdowns per season. And Chase averages 1,356 yards on 145 receptions and 11 touchdowns per season. Look, no beating around the bush here. This is a tight race. Chase is your guy for big plays and to take it to the house. But Jefferson takes the cake in overall production. Career and average stats sum it up well. Jefferson has more consistency in his yardage per season, with 4 out of the 5 seasons over 1,400 yards. Chase has 2 out of the 4 seasons above 1,400 yards, but the other 2 are closer to 1,000 yards. And it's worth mentioning Jefferson had 1,809 yards in 2022, topping Chase's Triple Crown season in receiving yards. Although Chase had over twice as many touchdowns as Jefferson. While Jefferson won in the production category, and the numbers paint a compelling picture, we need to dig a little deeper. So let's see how they stack up when we look beyond the scoreboard. Transitioning into versatility. In today's NFL, a receiver can't just be a one-trick pony. It is crucial to line up all over the field, create mismatches, and make plays no matter where they are. Chase has that elite speed and strength that is needed for the outside X position. You try to cover him one-on-one, he'll blow right past you to turn that slant into a 70-yard touchdown. The Bengals will put him in the slot occasionally, but he plays largely on the outside. Jefferson is moved around more frequently with the Vikings. He plays both outside and the slot. They move him all over the field to find the best matchup opportunities. He is physical at the line and creates good separation from defenders. Jefferson's football IQ is elite, so he can read the coverage to know soft spots in the defense, or break your ankles with a double move for a game-winning touchdown. The last part of this section is catchability and the range of catches the receiver is capable of. This is where I think Chase has an advantage with his contested catches. Jefferson is great in this regard as well, but Chase has made some ridiculous catches. His elite strength and athleticism allows him to finish the catch through contact and come down with the ball. Both Jefferson and Chase are the heart and engine of their offense, but only one can win this round, so I am going to give versatility to Jefferson. Chase is versatile, but he is predominantly used in horizontal routes like drags and slants on the outside, while Jefferson and Kevin O'Connell use more motion and slot formations in their arsenal. These two are the epitome of what a modern-day receiver should be. Versatile, dynamic, and always a threat to turn a play into a touchdown. So currently it is Justin Jefferson 2 and Jamar Chase 0. Next, let's dive into defensive response. Let's talk about how defenses try to slow these guys down. We're talking about two of the most unguardable receivers in the league, and they present a unique set of challenges for any defense. Both players are double covered frequently and are considered nightmares for defensive coordinators. For this section, I want to examine any time Jefferson or Chase has been shut down by opposing corners in the NFL. Starting off with Chase, he has struggled against Patrick Surtain II and the Broncos defense a few times. He had his worst game of his career against Pat in 2021, only coming down with one catch for 3 yards. The only other corner to significantly limit Chase's production is Carlton Davis with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Chase was asked, who is one of the best defensive backs in the league? And he was quoted saying, I'd say Carlton Davis. He was longer than I expected, and he made some good plays on me. Jefferson has also struggled with a few defensive backs in his career as well. Darius Slay, Amick Robertson, and L'Jarius Sneed have all given Jefferson a hard time at one point over the years. Slay and Jefferson have some history together, and it is always a good matchup. Some argue the Robertson game was more about inconsistency from Sam Darnold than to Jefferson's play. But one thing's for sure, it takes a special kind of effort from a defense to slow down both Jefferson and Chase, taking everything we have discussed into consideration. I think it's clear Chase has the upper hand here. There are not nearly as many defensive backs that have negatively impacted his production. His speed, athleticism, and physicality put him a step above Jefferson in this category. So we are now looking at Jefferson 2, Chase 1. Now, I want to talk about the most important factor to any receiver's success, the quarterback play. A receiver can't reach their full potential if their quarterback can't get them the ball. Like we discussed earlier, Chase has Joe Burrow, his college quarterback, and they have great chemistry. This is a luxury not all receivers have in this league. Malik Neighbors with the Giants is a great example of this. He is incredibly talented, but we saw his production fluctuate last year with an inconsistent quarterback room. Jefferson, on the other hand, has had Kirk Cousins and Sam Darnold as his quarterbacks throughout his career in the NFL. He has remained extremely productive throughout despite not having an elite quarterback like Chase. With that being said, this is what gives Jefferson the upper hand in this category. Chase has more consistency at the quarterback position, and Jefferson remains the higher producing receiver week in and week out. Now, I want to preface Cousins and Darnold are great NFL quarterbacks, but they're not nearly Burrow level. They both have absolute cannons and have no issue getting Jefferson the ball, but the consistency is not equivalent to Burrow and Chase. It will be interesting to see how Jefferson does with J.J. McCarthy in his first year as a starter. We saw McCarthy perform at Michigan, leading his team to a championship title in 2023. But the NFL is a different beast. I have high hopes, but we will have to wait and see. Last but not least, durability and longevity. Are they built to last in the NFL? Now, this is often overlooked, but is imperative when discussing a player's long-term impact in the NFL. Because, ladies and gents, it doesn't matter how talented you are if you can't stay on the field. Look at players like Deebo Samuel and T. Higgins. They are great athletes, but they struggle with staying healthy for a full season. Overall, both Jefferson and Chase have remained healthy for the vast majority of their career. Chase has suffered 2 minor injuries requiring him to miss some time. He had a hairline fracture in his hip in 2022, causing him to miss 4 games. He also suffered a sprained AC joint in his shoulder in 2023. He only missed 1 game. Jefferson has only had 1 injury in his career, but it caused him to get placed on the IR. He injured his right hamstring in Week 5 of 2023, and he missed a total of 7 games with that injury. So overall, Chase takes the W with this durability and injury debate. Chase has missed 5 games while Jefferson has missed 7 due to injury. He will also take fewer hits than Jefferson with his high touchdowns. The key for both of them will be staying healthy and continuing to develop their game. If they can do that, the sky's the limit for these 2 young superstars. Finally, the verdict, who truly is the best receiver in the NFL. So there you have it, ladies and gents. We have broken down the epic showdown between Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase across 5 critical categories. We've seen the stats, the highlights, and the analysis. Based on all these factors, Jefferson is ultimately the best receiver in the league right now. Jefferson beat Chase in production, versatility, and quarterback play. while Chase beat Jefferson in defensive response and durability, making this a neck-to-neck race between the Pro Bowlers. But the end result was Jefferson 3 and Chase 2. So anyways, that wraps up this video. If you made it to the end, please like and subscribe for more football content just like this. But the Red Zone guy is signing out, so have a good rest of your day, and see you in the next video.